Greetings, greetings. Welcome to the Tanisha Ali channel. Thank you for your support, Sister Lockers. We are making our way on up there. I appreciate all your support, showing all your love. All of you guys who are ordering the Miracle Grow Oil. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I decided to curl my hair last night and I wanted to share the takedown with you guys. Now, if you look at my hair, if I were to straighten these out and pull this back, I could conceivably actually wear this as a style, right? So that's kind of advantageous because the more that you keep these in, the tighter your curls are going to actually be. And you can do any multitude of styles, but this is definitely doable. I can definitely go out to the office if I chose to. Now, you know that my favorite curling tool for tight curls, for spirals, is the pipe cleaner, which is what you see here. Now here I only have a couple of strands because I left out a few strands. I was kind of doing this in the dark, so I left out 2 strands. But this is the pipe cleaner. You can order these from online. There's a website. What is that website called? I can't think of the name of it. But type in pipe cleaners and Sisterlocks and it will definitely come up. If it comes to me between now and the end of doing this video, I'll definitely let you know. So I also did use the WRAP-A-LOC tool. Now you all know I had this last year for those of you who've been with the channel for a minute. I purchased the WRAP-A-LOC tool last year. Do I like it any better than the Sisterlock tool? I mean, than the pipe cleaner tool? Not necessarily. I can tell you that the advantage and the disadvantage. Now, this is the WRAP-A-LOC tool. This is the longest length of the WRAP-A-LOC tool. This is the longest length of the pipe cleaner. And I would say we're pushing probably maybe 8.5, 9 inches. So it's not that long. So for locks as long as mine, if I were doing the longer parts of my hair, I'd have to start about here to actually be able to wrap it sufficiently in areas, especially at the back where it's really, really long. This tool is not as long either. It is an extra inch. However, you can always combine 2 of these to get the additional length that you want. The curl is going to be pretty much the same. All right, you can put a fair amount of tension on this, which is good. Let me see if I can adjust this camera. You can put a fair amount of tension on this as you tighten. You can put a lot of tension on this. The main advantage of the WRAP-A-LOC tool is that the hair doesn't get stuck on it. If you're not careful with this in the way that you twist and the consistency of the twist, you can sometimes get your hair caught on it. When it's time to take the curls out, the hair down, it's going to be easier to take it down with this. However, are those small differences in preference going to justify the differences in price? I don't think it's important enough for me. Had I known that prior to, other than surveying this tool for the channel, I probably wouldn't have purchased it because I still don't use it much. I've had this for over 1.5 years now and I simply don't use it as much. It cost me for 2 packs $50. That's steep if you ask me. I paid $25 or something close to it, and then I had to pay for shipping, and then I had to pay tax. So I actually paid over $50 for everything. So would I defend this tool as a better tool over this one? Not necessarily. If you're going to be curling every day and you're afraid of losing hair, then you should probably use this tool. But you're not going to lose much either with this one as long as you're careful. You can see a couple pieces of hair on this one. You can see a couple pieces of hair here. You can see a couple pieces of hair here. Now, granted, I washed my hair last night, so that's not a surprise either. But they're both very bendable. This is a WRAP-A-LOC tool. They're both very bendable. This was another strand I left out, so I had to just simply put 1 lock on there. But you get an idea of what the curls look like. I think the spirals, depending upon the kind of spirals you want, if you want a looser, more a looser, more separate spiral, I think this works better. If you want more close together spirals like this that you can pull apart, I think the pipe cleaner works better. So it's definitely an opportunity to try both tools. You're not needing any heat. I washed my hair last night, and so I didn't spray my locks. I had already blow dried my hair, probably a little bit more than 3/4 of the way dry, and then I simply put these in. Now you can see the little bit of challenge I'm having here. You can see that the hair got a little caught. I have different lengths of hair that I wrapped. So if you're wrapping lengths of hair that are all the same in the same parts of your hair, you're going to have less of a problem with that anyway. The other advantage with the pipe cleaner tool is that you can cut these and make them shorter. I do that a lot because sometimes I cut these and then I'll use them to pin my hair up, you know, like this, if I want a certain hairstyle. So that works good for me too, right? And I like that. I like having that flexibility. Sometimes I'll combine them, put my hair up in a ponytail, and use it as a tie, which is cool as well. But both tools, again, they don't require any heat. I have typically maybe 20 locks or 15 to 20 locks in each of these. Some a little more, some a little less. It just depends. Okay. You can add setting lotion, which is always nice because it's going to make your curl tighter. If I'd left these in longer, I went to bed really late last night, so if I left these in longer, they would be curlier, a lot tighter, although I don't like a very tight curl. But also, had I chosen to use a little spray on water or dried my hair a little bit less or use some setting lotion, as I said, they would be quite a bit tighter. So you can see the difference here, right? Or you can see what kind of curls you can actually get. Now these curls, they're going to stay in for quite a while. They'll stay in, they'll drop, but overall I'll have some wave pattern or something or other, probably at least a week and a half, depending upon how much I sweat my hair out, how often I go to the park, anything else that I might be doing. Last night, I lightened up my roots right here so that when I put the next rinse on, I'll get more color. I only use, typically when I color, I use 5 to 6 containers of color. I only use 2 because I only hit certain areas where I wanted a little bit of lightness. So if you see that color up there, that's what you're seeing. You know, I've had a rinse on my hair for the last several months, and I want to renew the rinse, but probably not over the next month or so because I'm wearing a lot of white. And I did notice when I use, yeah, look at that. I did notice here and there a couple of little bit of bleeding on my linen, especially when I used my essential oil blend. And I didn't notice that before for many months. But then I wasn't really wearing a lot of white. The other thing I want to talk to you about as I'm taking this out is you can see how I took this one. It's thinner because you can always take one of these and split it in half. Okay, and that'll give you an additional one. And when you really think about the price point, ladies, of these, the price point is really, it does make a difference. The pipe cleaners, beautycoliseum.com. That's where you can get them from. beautycoliseum.com. The pipe cleaners are like $9 a pack. All right. And I think I bought maybe 60 to 80 or 90 of them. So I have a lot of them. They're very inexpensive. They're longer. They have them in black and brown. Who knows by now if they even have a longer length, but you can definitely combine them. And they're easier to use. They're a little harder on the hair, as I mentioned. But if you're patient and you're careful, you're going to find it's all good. It's all good. Yes, I was wondering what that was going to look like because it didn't look like I got any lightening. It was like a wasted, it was like a futile endeavor and just an opportunity for me to put chemicals in certain parts of my hair, which I didn't really need. The idea was to lighten it up a shade here so that when I put the rinse on it, I would get the boldness like I do on the tips of my hair due to previous coloring over the years. So needless to say, I wasn't really feeling that. That's kind of a drag. So you all can see how this is looking, right? Very nice, loose. Don't have any setting lotion, so they're lightweight, but it feels beautiful. I don't have any oil on my hair. All I have on, and I'm going to spray my scalp just a tiny bit. Because also with this color, I'm not too keen on using these essential oils, probably for the first 4 to 6 weeks. Because we're talking about chemicals here. All right, and what that stuff is that you're putting in your hair when you're using the color, if it's not a rinse, you really do kind of have to be careful. It does react. And I can remember when I used henna along with the color, I had a lot of hair breakage. All my hair fell out. That's how I ended up with these Sisterlocks. And my hair was like 12, 13 inches. And it just was coming out like in handfuls. We shouldn't think that just because something is natural, that we can use it indiscriminately. Looks like this one got wet in the shower. Dang it. Don't want to take that one out. That's going to mess up all my curls. So I'm going to leave that one in for the time being. I hope nothing else got wet. So this is where we are with these curls. If you have had locks and you have not tried curls, please try curls. It's a nice deviation from just the straight, plain style. They're so beautiful. You can pin them up in with an updo. You can wrap them. You can just do all sorts of beautiful styles. Just try them if you haven't tried them. It's just really a wonderful way to experiment. Even if you wanted to wear ponytails, you could. You put your hair up like this, or you could just do all sorts of wonderful, cute little styles to make you look like a little girl again. Let's see. Okay, so we got most of these out. Interesting, with the color I put in last night, I did put conditioner on my hair. That is the only time I ever use conditioner. And this conditioner, which was what they put in the package, the dye that I used was soft and, it wasn't, not soft and beautiful, but one of the other ones. It was a dye supposedly for black women's hair. I haven't used the dye for black women's hair in, over maybe 20 years. I used to dye my hair a lot. Those colors didn't seem to hold, so I switched to WRAP-A-LOC. That's the color I was using on my locks. I really feel like had I used that color yesterday, I would have gotten some color bump. So I feel like, wow, why did I choose the particular one that I did? Because I didn't get any lift. And, it was an exercise in futility. It dyed my skin, but that's about it. And it just didn't produce the result that I would have wanted, considering the fact that I ended up with chemicals in my hair, but no color, but the same amount of damage. So that I'm not happy with. I should have stuck with the colors that I know work, which are the Vidal Sassoon Runaway Red, which will actually get me this color here. Actually, it'll be brighter than this for the first few weeks, and then it'll end up being about this color once you start to lose the color, before it kind of turns brassy. Okay, ladies, so here we go, right? So we got a little bit of variation over here. We have opportunity to add a little extra volume and thickness. A little bit of fun, get your sexy on. This is a great opportunity to give yourself a makeover and to have curls without the heat styling damage like you know, those relaxer days. So what will I do? I'm going to finish. I have tons more to take out. Okay. I think you guys are probably good. And this is against my better judgment. I'm just going to put a little in here because this is the area that I have to protect and work with. You know, you can get my Miracle-Gro oil. You can order it. Just send me a text. Information is in the description. You can make the old oil. It's on the channel. Just search for Miracle-Gro oil. I show you how to do it. This is the new and improved proprietary formula. So I don't share this formula. This formula is a little bit, it's more individualized for my hair. It works quite a bit better. It's a little bit lighter, significantly lighter actually, which seems to be what my hair really needs, but it still has all of the other benefits. I've added some other key powerhouse oils, fatty oils, and a few different synergistic blends of the non-fatty essential oils, but it's totally natural. It's great for your hair. It's going to improve the elasticity, the conditioning level of your hair over time. It's definitely going to work with your scalp health. And over time of use, you will begin to see the difference. And I really feel like that is the only reason why I have really been able to use so much dye on my locks and still have healthy locks. I attribute it to the many years of using the oil blend. The consistency is key. Less is more. You do not have to overuse it. Shout out to the many of you ladies. Okay, so many of you have already purchased the new oil. Okay, and so you are giving me some positive feedback. So you see these curls. You can see what I'm working with here. And if I want to just put my hair up like this, I'll just use one of my little ties. Right? Yeah. Still get a little bit of style there, but without the pulling and the tugging. So these pipe cleaners make wonderful styling tools. For me, they do. I really like the bendability. Again, like I said, if I was making a choice, I wouldn't waste my money on the WRAP-A-LOC tool because it's too expensive for what you get. Although you all know my new preferred favorite curling tool for less spirally curls are my sponge rollers. They simply work easier. They're faster to put in. They're comfortable to sleep in. These are okay to sleep in. They're not super comfortable, but they're not really that uncomfortable either. And you can see how much longer it takes to take these out. It's longer to install them. It's longer to take them out. How long did it take me on a typical install? Maybe 40, 45 minutes, depending upon how much hair you have. Taking them out, as you can see, it's a job. If you're doing this in the morning before you go to work or something, you need to have 30 minutes of lead time, more than likely, between styling and taking these out, especially so that you can take your time, you know? Yeah. There we go. Look at that. See, look at how many more I still have to take out. I still have a lot I got to take out. So this is a little extra work. I tend to like the looser curls rather than these tight, spirally prefabricated curls. So usually I add a little more hair, but when I'm doing that, I need more moisture because at the back, which is where the hair is most frequently coming into contact with your clothing and your skin, the curls loosen up more. So I can have curly up here, and then after a few days, they'll start to get a little too straight on the bottom. So that's also something. You might just want to use a little bit of setting lotion on the bottom or the back of your hair so you can get a little extra tension there, a little more curling lock. So hold it in place a lot better. Here we go. Here we go. See? So, almost done. But you can see how this takes, this is going to take some time. Like, you got to have some time before you embark upon this. It does take time. But, again, you can leave them in and walk around as a style for several days. The longer you leave them in, the more your curls are going to just tighten up, which means they're going to stay in a lot longer. For those of you who want to join me on patreon.com/TanishaAli, we are starting our 7-day chakra challenge. You are more than happy to join us. We have many challenges. I share exclusive content for the spiritual sojourn. We do readings and a host of other things that are a lot of fun to kind of keep you feeling connected, but also hopefully enlightening your mind in the pursuit of intellectual curiosity and spiritual wellness. Almost done, ladies. And these curls are really small. I gotta tell you, these are not my favorite at this size. They're just really small. They kind of look like a jerry curl to me. I had a jerry curl back in the 8th grade. Yeah, they kind of look like a jerry curl to me when they're tight like this. There used to be a way that I would put these in where they would just be perfect every time. And I had nice spirals. And I just quite hadn't been able to get back to that perfection. But let's pull some of these out. Let's see what we got. Oh gosh, y'all. Chad Boseman passed away of colon cancer. He was the brother who did the movie Black Panther. I grew up with him. He's from Anderson, South Carolina. That's where I'm from. He is 43, or he was 43. He passed away yesterday. What a loss. How tragic. Came from a wonderful family. Had a brother, Kevin Boseman, who looks exactly like him. All I can do is think about his family. I know they must be heartbroken. So, look at that, huh? You can see what a fun, right? And you saw the difference that it made when I turned my head upside down. Now you can see my thickness, right? Before it seemed a little, is this the one that that's the wet one. Yeah, that's the wet one. That's the one we got to leave in. I sense a straight piece up here somewhere. Yeah, but you can see the difference in the thickness, or the illusion of thickness, when I turn my head over, right? But they feel good. And you know, if you have not dyed your hair, you put the oil in, it feels good. It detangles, it softens. So this is where we are. I think I'm going to see, I'm just got that pulled 2 pieces of hair, and now I'm going to just take one of these little pipe cleaners, use it as a styling tool. See, small. Doesn't even have to be this big. Actually, I'm going to double it like this. Just put it here and just connect the hair and twist. And now I have a new hairstyle. So what do you all think? You like the curls? Are you going to try it? Leave me a comment. Let me know when you're going to put your curls in. Are you going to get the WRAP-A-LOC tool? You can get it from WRAP-A-LOC.com, I think, or WRAP-A-LOC tool. Or you're going to go to beautycoliseum.com and get, what is that? What is that? I know I'm getting some gray these days. What is that? Could that be residue or cotton? That's why I got all these crazy things happening with my locks anyway. Oh, I think that's gray. Wait. Y'all see my nails? They look crazy, right? I am not into that glamour life. I can't see. I got to check this out upstairs. I'm not sure. Could be lint. Some type of residue maybe. But thanks to this, I don't deal with the countless lint battles anymore. Y'all have a beautiful, peaceful, and productive day. My day is starting out very peacefully. I'm very mellow today. We are doing our chakra challenge, working on that root chakra. So I will see you all around. Tell me what you want to do with your curls. Like, subscribe, share, comment.